All right. Hello, and welcome back to another Elevated Marketing Dad podcast where we attempt to simplify complicated digital marketing topics into simple ones. Today, we're going to talk about the difference between marketing a well established business and a brand new business because there are definitely a lot of different things to it. I'm personally building a website right now, Brenna, for one of my friends. I did build our original website. You know I'm a little handy, but not something I normally do.
You got this.
I will figure it out. Otherwise, I got Brenna on the bat phone.
Yeah, you got my number.
Calling you on a Saturday night. Hey, Brenna, let's figure out. So, anyways, let's talk about that. But before we do that, let's do our fun question. You said you had a quirky, or not quirky, corny, but I like it.
Yeah.
What is what did I say? The best sound in the world?
Yeah, it is so cheesy. And I'm just a proud auntie, okay? I love my niece's laughter. It's the sweetest thing ever. Like, I
Aw,
don't care if you're having the worst day in the world, like, that'll just melt your heart.
aw, aw. I was gonna go all about me. Now I feel bad. I love the sound of my husband cooking.
I love it.
He's going to be cooking for me, and I'm going to be getting something really yummy. And I don't have to cook it because if I'm cooking, it's cereal. Like,
Or you're leaving the gas range on overnight.
or you're burning water. No, burning spaghetti. I burnt spaghetti one time. It was fine.
My
All fine. Okay. So, let's talk about the differences in marketing strategies for a new business versus an established business. And one of them is a lot harder. I love a good challenge. And another one is a lot easier. Which one is it, Brenna?
Yeah, I mean, it's think about learning a subject that you've never even heard of before, and now you have to quiz or take a test on that subject. I feel like, in the sense, like that's kind of the same as you're just learning out about a business and now you're expected to buy from them. It's, yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, that's a perfect analogy. Yeah.
yeah.
So new business is harder.
Mm-hmm.
Established businesses is easier.
Yeah.
Now, I could also say they're all hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harder. But when you're first getting started and off the drawer, like just kind of setting the stage that, they're often like in a new business resource constrained and there are a lot of unknowns.
Yeah. A lot of homework to be done. Not to stay on the testing and subject topic, but a lot to do.
How about established businesses?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to established businesses, it's a lot of, it's just more testing, I would say, than it is like doing initial research. Of course, with established businesses, you need to pay attention to the data that's coming in. You need to pay attention to, your audience targeting.
Well,
But with established businesses,
right? Somebody could have got it wrong.
exactly. Yeah. I think it's coming up with refreshing
Yeah.
strategies and ideas,
Yeah.
to kind of get over some humps.
Established businesses, they maintain their market position, and their reputation. And like you said, they're kind of like building on top of what
Yeah.
they already have. And it's like this refinement moment. Versus a new business, it's like, it's all new. you have a good idea in your head, and now you got to get it into a website, and it's frustrating for people, right?
It definitely can be. Yeah.
You got to be persistent and just keep going, just one foot in front of the other, right?
And we can do hard things.
There's a podcast called You Can Do Hard Things.
Really?
There is, yes. I was just giving it to my friend, and it's a good podcast. Like it. I think my friend Stephanie had said it. So okay, so first thing, goals and objectives. You know, when you're how about you go first? You tell me about established businesses, and I'll do new business this time.
Yeah. So with established businesses, goals might be growth and retention. So, you know, people know who you are, they're familiar with what you do. So keeping that customer retention and maintaining that brand loyalty, that's definitely important and should definitely be a goal. Um, Part of that is also providing a good customer experience. And so that's also going to help you kind of connect deeper on those levels in terms of client relationships. Um, I think obviously we want to grow, we all do, but keeping those customers is just as important.
A thought just came to mind too of people not understanding maybe like what is a new business versus an established like
Yeah.
a there's not like this like happy like but I mean a new business could be I don't know less than 3 years less than 5 years like that's still a new business but there could also be like hey I want to start this brand new don't even have a place yet don't have a website have nothing but I have a really great idea.
Yeah.
Established business could be like 20 years down the road, or it could be 5 years down the road because you're pretty well established. So there's some like variances there. I just, that should go back, definitely setting the stage there at the beginning. I just want to throw that there. Okay, goals and objectives. Back to what we were talking about. New business, squirrel. Um, so you're just introducing the brand to the market. People are just getting familiar with who they are. They've never heard of you before. It's like being at a networking event and you're shaking hands and you're trying to pass out that business card and you know don't shove it into the face like they just got who you are. You need to understand how you are unique. What is your unique selling proposition? How are you different than the competitors? But it's really a brand awareness of reaching, like we talked about on the last call, who your target market is and introducing them to who you are.
Yep. For sure.
So, speaking of last week, what's the next one? And you pick new business or established?
Okay. Audience targeting and persona development.
Yeah.
Um, I would say with new businesses, this is pretty broad. You're exploring, different target markets, different audiences. So you're definitely in the early stages of identifying who your target audience is, and maybe you're also coming up with your buyer persona. You should be, but you're going to be testing out some different audiences, seeing who is responding to the content or the messaging that you're putting out there. You really, really, really want to be collecting your data at this phase too. That data it's going to kind of keep us pushing forward, throughout all processes. But
Yeah. I just did that this morning. I set up a business that's fairly new, and it was like I've done it 100 times. So like I'm going through it so quickly. But if you're like brand new and never done it before, you don't realize how much work goes into that.
yeah.
But that's why if you're an established business, you should have data to work with, and you need to refine that data, find the insights in it, like making those precise, marketing decisions is the best that you can. Segmenting, you've got, a large list of followers, you've got large list of email. You're not just, just now building it, and that can be super fun because you've got a lot of segmentation and things that you can play with. But if you try to do that too segmented when you first start off, it's not going to work, because you need to hit within your target audience a lot of people and introduce them to the brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
All right, what do we got next?
So, budget allocation and resource management. Now, for new businesses, this might mean small budgets, but you really want to focus on increasing and gaining traffic. So, that could be traffic to your website when we say that. But, with these limited budgets, you're new. So, of course, you need some cost effective marketing. And a lot of times that's going to rely on getting traffic to your website, getting your name out there. A lot of times you might want to focus on your organic growth. So, SEO, your search engine ranking. A lot of content marketing can fit into this, maybe some low cost advertising to get your brand awareness out there. Yeah.
Reach, get in front of that audience. Okay, so an established business, large budgets, diverse marketing, like I get excited. It's expansive across multiple channels, which I'm going to argue, even when you're newer, like don't just do, if you're brand new, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But even 2 to 5-7 year range, you're definitely going to be into multiple channels. So I don't think that, but you might even be doing some TV, which is expensive but starting to come down. But you've got print, you've got digital, and you're thinking of a lot of different things. You're definitely thinking of long-term strategies, although I'm a long-term thinker all the time, but long-term thinking loyalty programs, PR, you're staying consistently out there. Remember, if you're not consistently out there, then nobody's talking about you and you're not going to be seen or heard. You're starting to get into more advanced tools, which I love all the new tools, all the advanced tools, advanced data analytics. My brain starts going, I'm like, ooh, fun. So big difference there. So what do we got next?
Yeah, marketing channels and tactics. And now for established businesses, you kind of hit on this already with some multi-channel and marketing, and then just overall brand consistency. So you're focusing on delivering a consistent message across all of your marketing channels. And that's online, that's offline. You're going to be utilizing some other traditional advertising, maybe some connected TV ads, maybe you've got some radio ads. That is, of course, alongside any Google ads or paid social ads, that sort of thing. And you're gonna have time to kind of try out some maybe new tech that's out. So I know, obviously, we all know it's AI is the hot topic right now. It has been for a while, and so you get to kind of test and play around with those, and maybe some of those tools will help you efficiency wise or help generate new ideas.
Yeah, programmatic ads, AR, VR experiences.
Yep.
And if you are a new business, then you're definitely going to be doing some guerrilla and grassroots marketing, which is completely different, low in cost. Of course, you want the high impact, but it's not going to be all high impact. You're trying to have strategic partnerships with certain people that will help you grow. I remember when we first started, we did a lot of those, and we've kind of, moved past that. We still have definitely some strategic partnerships, but different kinds of strategic partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Um, maybe you're doing your marketing yourself, but maybe you're like, I can't do that. But you've got to be expectation wise when you're brand new that if I'm working with somebody else, it's all new, online and offline. So you can't be brand new and 100%, hey, I'm on the internet. So I must be a millionaire right now. That doesn't happen.
I wish.
You still, just like you'd have to establish a brand offline, you have to establish it online. Another common thing I see is, I want to target the entire United States. I'm like, great, but you don't have the budget to market the entire United States.
Yeah.
So, that is not always good. All right,
Yes.
what we got next?
Yep. So some more customer acquisition versus retention. So new businesses are going to be focused on more of the acquisition. So you're focused on maybe some lead generation, building an initial customer base. A lot of times this will also be, building your funnel, kind of figuring out where you've got some traffic coming from. Um, this could mean that you're leveraging some free trials. Maybe you have an app or something, and you can offer a 14-day free trial just to get people familiar with what you're offering, get more leads in that way. And then,
I was going to say, we have that with Screen Print World, where they're offering, a drawing every month for 100 free T-shirts for a nonprofit, and that is going over great and getting a lot of people into the funnel.
yeah, that is a great point. And once you have, kind of that list that's starting to grow, then it's nurturing those leads. And through that, you can use email marketing. But yeah.
So for established businesses with customer acquisition and retention, we mentioned it earlier, but loyalty programs, subscription models, personalized offers, you're building that long-term relationship and really maximizing the customer lifetime value. You're cross-selling and upselling with your loyal customers to other different products or services and creating those brand advocates. And you're using, again, all the types of marketing that we talked about to continue to market to those people of different things that you do. So,
Yeah.
all right, I know this one's one of your favorites.
So we've got some metrics of success. New business, early stage KPIs, so your key performance indicators. You're going to be focused on your traffic. You have to have traffic in order to get a lot of other metrics. So engagement is going to be one of those. If you're looking at maybe some social media metrics, you want to look at your reach. You want to see how many people you're getting in front of. Pay attention to the content that's getting in front of people. Is it a reel? Is it an in-feed post? You'll want to keep note of that. Overall, just trying to gauge initial interest from your audiences. How are they responding? Where are they coming in through? That sort of thing.
Right. And if you are more established, you're looking for like profitability. Do people continue to come back and buy more products and services? What is the overall customer lifetime value of them? Do you have brand equity, customer sentiment? Have you made a long-term impact from your marketing efforts? Definitely more advanced analytics when you start to get into that start fine-tuning the funnels that you have and optimizing the customer journeys that people go through, whether that's online or offline. And again, it's just like a continual growth. So I know
Yeah.
it's kidding that this one was your favorite, because I know it was my favorite, but this one is your favorite.
Yes, brand messaging and storytelling. So new businesses, you're starting from scratch. If you listen to last week's episode with buyer personas, this is where this is really going to help come into play. So you're trying to clearly establish your brand identity, figure out what your consistent voice is going to be. I think storytelling is something that new businesses need, but as well as established businesses. That's part of the game in marketing is storytelling, getting those emotions involved. But you really want to test out what kind of messaging are you getting the most engagement on. And this is going to help you further down the line in terms of developing further messaging from that. But you also want to kind of establish your brand mission, your vision, all of those things.
I love storytelling. Tell someone a good story and they will listen if you put them in that mindset. So once you're an established business, though, you need to evolve that storyline and continue it through with the narrative. You need to be relevant in changing markets. So that's new or established, but creating that brand story to stay relevant. Sometimes you're rebranding. Perhaps you've been in for a while and it's kind of stale, and you need to throw in a new color or a new word or a whole new website or refresh the messaging. If you're established, there is maybe some fatigue with your brand, and you need to look at that. You got to kind of protect maybe the legacy of the brand, but there's innovation and market trends that are going to lead you into a different direction. And in today's world of tech, are we not in this constant change of this is how people do things? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more, but I think I'm going to check time. Yeah, 22 minutes. We're not going to do the last 4. We've been talking for quite a while. Usually we're around 15 minutes or so. So I'm going to have you go to the website so you can get the blog post and get to the rest of it. If you enjoyed today's show and you are listening on, let's say, LinkedIn, certainly comment, like, share. We appreciate all that. We're here to answer your questions, and we do that actually every Wednesday at noon. We put this show back on there so you can hear it there. And then, of course, we're on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button. And I think that's enough call to actions. I've thrown a lot out there.
All of the above. You can find us there.
We're everywhere. All right, guys. Take care.